Hello, James Blacklaw's JB Commercial Finance here. I was speaking to a bank manager, a business bank manager of one of the major high street 4 banks the other day. And because of my experience and position, I guess, we can have a off-the-record conversation or candid conversation maybe you can have with a client about setting expectations about fees, rates, timescales. So I said to him, I had a client who needed things moving quite quickly. It was a high street deal, it was a really good client, but it needed completion in a certain period of time. And he turned around to me and said, look James, off the record, we won't be able to do it in that timescale. And that timescale wasn't enormously tight, it was 7-8 weeks for completion. And I said, well, what sort of timescales are you working with? And he said to me, if everything is smooth, if everything is working in the right direction, it's a straightforward case that can be agreed easily, and the solicitors are on board and there's no issues with evaluation, we're looking at 10 to 12 weeks for a completion on a commercial mortgage. And my jaw kind of dropped a little bit, because when you talk to them as a client, they're saying 4 to 6 weeks. When you look at their advertising, it's we can turn things around quickly. And actually, when you talk to them off the record, it's 10 to 12 weeks for a straightforward completion. And how many commercial mortgage applications, how many commercial mortgage conveyancing deals are actually straightforward? Very, very few. Which means effectively that the realistic completion time for a commercial mortgage or high street bank is 3 to 4 months. And that's really quite enlightening for a guy like me who has to work with clients in managing their expectations. So when I talk to a client, one of the first things I ask now is, what's the most important thing here? And the most important thing they normally say is time, because there's a completion deadline they have to hit. There may be a chain in a commercial mortgage process, or they may need funds quite quickly. And I say, that's absolutely fine. But if you're telling me that this has to be done in, let's say, 8 weeks, at the moment we can't go to the high street banks because there's absolutely no chance that they can hit that timescale. Now they may come on here and I may get a couple of managers commenting saying we can do it, and my question is, prove it then, because to be perfectly honest, my experience is you can't do that. Now you will get better rates from the banks, yes, absolutely. You may get better service once the deal is completed ongoing, but as far as actually timescales are concerned, they're really struggling at the moment. The reasons for that, that's another video altogether, to be perfectly honest. A lot of it I've got personal experience of, a lot of it I just know. But it's very important now, and increasingly so as a broker, when you're talking to your clients to assess their priorities. It may save an extra 1 or 2% interest rate with regard to a deal that goes to a high street bank, but if they lose out on the deal in the first place, it's completely irrelevant. There are a lot of lenders out there who can complete on commercial mortgages in around about the 4 to 6 week period, sometimes quicker. And when you're looking at bridging finance, you can do it even quicker than that, 2, 3, 4 weeks. But obviously there are complications with regard to that, as they're more expensive than traditional high street lending. So priorities, and now I personally make the point of really funneling down what the client's priorities are and then documenting it. Because I can't be held responsible if a deal takes longer than we thought it would, but alternatively, I don't want to offer a deal to a client that's more expensive when they could get something cheaper from a high street bank. But I'm calling out the high street banks on their timescales. If they can nail their timescales down to 6 to 8 weeks, streamline their processes, they will absolutely clean up. But at the moment, it's very difficult for a broker like me to trust them if there is a deadline in place. I'm James Blacklaw's. I'm offering honest, independent advice on a commercial finance marketplace. Please like, subscribe, comment. Happy to take any questions on this. If any bank managers want to come to me and say, we can do things in 6 to 8 weeks, James, then please come to me, because I'll be absolutely desperate to pass your business. Thank you very much.